We start with a block of wax, roughly the size and shape of the ring the customer ordered. Ed wanted us to match this ring, but thicker and with different diamond sizes. This tool makes the finger size larger. It's a tapered plastic rod with a razor-sharp blade between the black and red sections. The metal rod is where we check to see that the size is right. Now that we've got the finger size right, we want to mark the center of all the surfaces. This enables us to taper everything evenly when it's time. The center of the top is most important, so we drill all the way through to make sure we never lose it. Wax files are specially designed not to get all gunked up with the wax while we're working. We're using what's called the lost wax casting process. It all starts with carving a wax, which we'll put in a metal flask and surround with plaster of Paris. You'll see the flask later in the video. Once the plaster dries, the flask is put in an oven for over 14 hours so the wax can be completely burned out. When we remove the flask from the oven, we place it on a machine that actually acts as a vacuum, so there's no air pockets in the plaster. Then we pour molten gold into the flask and end up with a gold replica of what we made in wax. Ed liked the squared off shank because it adds weight at the bottom to help prevent the ring from spinning. Now we're roughing out the channel for the diamonds. At this point, we want the channel smaller than the diamonds so that we have plenty of gold to work with after casting. The flask is ready for casting. The saw above the flask prevents the gold from splashing onto the carpet. The crucible is about 1,000 degrees, so we grab it with steel tongs and proceed to pour the liquid gold into the flask. After hours of filing and polishing, it's time to cut the openings for the diamonds. Notice the tool is shaped like the bottom of a diamond? We use the squared off one to rough out the space and the knife edge one to cut into the walls of gold and try to get the diamond to snap in. We want to set the diamonds as close as possible without touching. Most people don't realize that if the diamonds are touching, one could break the other. Now we'll put the ring in a jig to hold it firmly while tightening the diamonds. This tool is like a tiny jackhammer, and I'm controlling the speed with a foot pedal. The ring turned out great. I think Ed's going to be pleased. And now, my favorite part. After all that hard work, drum roll please, another happy customer at Golden Art Jewelers.